What is going on, guys? Aladdin Pounds here to give you guys a review of One Piece chapter 719, and I want you guys to sit down and tell me I was right. I was right. It was kind of predictable in a way that we would get Don Chinzhao's backstory of how him and Garp had the disagreement, or we didn't know what happened before this chapter. But I knew it. I predicted this shit. I predicted that we would get Don Chinzhao's backstory, and I was right. I was right. Anyways, let's go into this review because I think this chapter was really, really good. It had a lot of information and a lot of things to kind of speculate off of and really take down. You can take some pretty damn nice notes from this chapter. Let's start with what Chinzhao said. The worst generation, which is the newest generation of pirates, is all talk. That is what Chinzhao said. Now, this brings me to, okay, first of all, this would not be said if we did not know in our minds. We know in our minds that this generation of pirates right here will turn out to be better eventually than the generation that came before it. In a lot of ways, it's going to turn out to be better. And I think that really brings us a contrast to Naruto. Not meaning to bash on Naruto. I'm not trying to bash on it, but I'm really just looking at this critically. This kind of, this line in One Piece really brings out the worst in Naruto, in the whole series of Naruto. Because if you can really think about it, we know that Naruto was sort of a failed experiment when it came to making the new generation amount to something. The newest generation in Naruto, I like to put it this way, the weakest ninja from the old generation can beat everyone in the new generation in Naruto, other than Naruto and Sasuke. Naruto and Sasuke are the only two good things that came out of their generation. But yet in One Piece, we already see here that we have a lot of big players in the new generation. And I think that is really, really instrumental and really important to look at the fact that the new generation in One Piece is not all talk. As Jinzhao said, it actually has substance and actual players that can defeat the main character, that really stand a fighting chance. And it's not just one big power gap. Anyways, on to the next part of the review. Chinzhao acknowledges Blackbeard as being a beast. Chinzhao is like, the only person I see of worth in this generation is Blackbeard. And that kind of gets me thinking. Chinzhao knows Blackbeard somehow. They have seen each other and they have apparently interacted with each other. And not in an unfriendly way. He wouldn't acknowledge him if he didn't see something good in Blackbeard. So it brings up the possibility they might have met, or Chinzhao might have just heard the news and heard who he defeated and how he was appointed to Yonko status, that he might have just heard. It might just be word of mouth, or he might have actually had interaction with Blackbeard, which would be a lot more interesting to see go down. And Chinzhao, of course, does talk about how Luffy can only fight equally with Chinzhao now that he's lost his fangs and he's not as strong as he was back in the day. Which is where we get into the backstory for Chinzhao and how Garp, I found it interesting in that backstory. Garp said he practiced for fighting Chinzhao by destroying mountains. That was his practice, just destroying mountains. Just punching mountains in half for his practice, obliterating them in place of sandbags. That's pretty cool to take note of. Also, the fact that Chinzhao, his name was Chinzhao the Drill because he had a pointy head. That was kind of weird. Of course, One Piece always got to keep its comedic aspects in there. And I've heard people say they don't see much significance, not much significance, but symbolic meaning in this flashback. There really, really is symbolic meaning in the flashback of Chinzhao. You gotta realize, not only did Chinzhao lose his only claim to fame, what makes him strongest, basically Garp robbed Chinzhao of his ability to fight, and his ability to be a pirate. He stood no chance in the pirate world without his drill head. I mean, honestly, I'm being dead serious here. He took away everything from this man. On top of that, it wasn't just the fact that Chinzhao couldn't gain access to his treasure. It wasn't only that. Not only could this man not access his treasure, but it was right in front of his eyes. He could literally see it. It was literally right before his eyes, but he could not take it. So that is really, really, it just sucks. It just sucks. And of course, we saw the part where Luffy does dispose of Chinzhao pretty easily. One punch with the elephant gun. It was amazing. And I found it funny as fuck. that Luffy punched this dude so hard that his head turned pointy again. Chin Jiao for Nakama, guys. Chin Jiao for Nakama. But no, on a serious note, I'm sorry, there is no serious note as far as that's confirmed. That was fucking funny. I'm sorry. Actually, it was fucking funny. His head turned pointy again, and of course he was defeated, as expected. Of course, Luffy was going to win that fight. And to end it off, I found it interesting how we saw Burgess. Burgess knows Luffy is Luffy, so they are going to fight. It's going to go down. Burgess versus Luffy confirmed. And on top of that, Bellamy was also shown kind of subtly in one of the chapters, just braced against a wall, listening to Cavendish talk to Bartolomeo. So that is a potential cause of some strife within the tournament. But yeah, a lot to speculate off of in this review. Namely, Bellamy, Chin Jiao got his fang back apparently. Bartolomeo, Cavendish, and now Burgess knows Luffy is Luffy. So this is going to be a really interesting arc. I really am looking forward to how it unfolds after the dwarves start causing chaos in the Colosseum. Anyways, guys, Alan Pounds here. Go ahead and like, comment, subscribe as always. Keep reading One Piece. Really good chapter in my opinion. Peace out.